Alright, let's get on with it, shall we? Bada bing, bada boom. Hello everyone. Welcome back. We are going to be going straight into things here. We are about to start Bridge to the Turnabout. This is the last case in the entire trilogy, which I did not realize we were so close to the end here. So this is a bit of a somber moment, as well as something I'm excited to, get into here. I suppose I'll take a sip of water here, and we can get straight into it. I don't know if it makes sense for us to expect to be able to finish this entire trial today, but if not, I'll see what I can do for next week as well, as next Sunday I may end up being busy or unable to stream. If that's the case, I may pre-record my playthrough for Sunday and then have that be live streamed instead, but I'll see how that turns out before I start talking about that. Anyways, here we go. Bridge to the Turnabout. Let us begin. Shito, the treasured Korean village heirloom, whose name means seven-branched sword. It is said that the sacred sword represents life itself. Though the branches may appear to be infinite, the choices limitless. Like our destinies, the sword comes to but one end, one merciless point. And when the silver cord, the fragile thread that binds us to this world, is severed, the illusion is revealed, and the implacability of fate is finally laid bare. February 6, 9:48 a.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. Alright. Hey, Nick. Yeah? What is it? You know how I've got spiritual powers, unlike you? Sure. You are a spirit medium, after all. But just like you, if I don't keep my powers sharp, they get dull, right? I guess so, yeah. Glad you agree. Okay, Hurley, you're up. Pearls? So? That's why we need to go on a special spiritual hotspot tour, Mr. Nick. Huh? I'm lost. What's this magazine you're shoving in my face? It's the New Year's issue of Colt, Winter Spiritual Location Special. Oh. Pearls looks so happy. Maximize your spiritual powers with just one night of intensive training. Oh, it sounds too good to be true. I'll say, it sounds more like a scam to me. It's at a spiritual retreat called Hazakura Temple. It's way up in the mountains. I bet it's nice and cold. Just perfect for training. Now I definitely don't want to go. I think I've heard of this temple before. It's a famous channeling dojo. It's hard for even real spirit mediums to make us to... It's hard for even real spirit mediums like us to make reservations up there. Reservations? For a temple? Are you serious? Don't worry, I've already made special reservations just for us. Yeah. And I signed up for the special course. That's nice. And the timing couldn't be better, since we don't have a case right now anyway. Alrighty then, it's settled. Well, come on, don't just stand there. Start packing your stuff. Yes, Mr. Nick, you better start packing your stuff. Huh? Me? Why do I have to go? Well, we have to be accompanied by someone over 20 years old. Hey, I don't have anything to do with spiritual powers. The only thing I can channel is a TV. So, is there a heated pool at this Hazakura temple? No, but you could stand under a freezing waterfall. Sorry, but I think I'll pass. I hate cold places. What? No way. How can you be so selfish? Come on, Mr. Nick. Look at this place. Doesn't it look beautiful? Is that who I think it is in that newspaper? Nope, not going. I'm gonna be nice and toasty at home. What the? What is it, Mr. Nick? Let me see that magazine. This nun. Is she a friend of yours or something, Nick? This girl. It's... My name is Dolly Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? You disgust me. But it can't be. She was found guilty and should still be in prison. Mr. Nick? I'll go. Huh? Hazakura Temple. I said I'll go. Yay! Isn't that great, Pearly? Yes! Oh, thank you, Mr. Nick. You'd do anything for Mystic Maya, right? You would walk over burning coals, right? Oh, Colt. News your issue received from Pearls. Interesting. Dahlia Hawthorne. I knew there was no way she could possibly be at that temple, but I just had to see for myself. That's a weird sentence. Who this nun really was. February 7th, 3:24 p.m. Hazakura Temple, main gate. Oh. It's so cold here, Nick. Maybe you should put on something warmer for a change. Well, it's supposed to be cold. It's raining. Achoo! Her teeth are chattering so loudly, it's all I can do to make out what she's saying. Wow, Mystic Maya. So this is the famous Hazakura Temple. Let me higher the volume a little bit. Let's do that. Hopefully my mic is coming in clearly, because I noticed in the last stream, I was kind of fading out towards the end. Pearly. Achoo! Well. Well, you're... How nice to see you here. Welcome to our temple. Oh, thank you. Achoo! Oh my. Thank you for coming all this way. Come now. You must have been cold. What's with the past tense? We're freezing into human popsicle. Ho ho ho! Well, we are high up in the mountains after all. In any case, we shouldn't speak here. Please follow me inside. Thank you. I was starting to think I would pass. Oh, yes. I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm the head nun here at the temple. My name is Bikini. Bikini? That's right. Actually, that's my temple name. What do you think? It's a tradition to have one, and I wanted something that has a nice image to it. So I thought, why not choose a bikini? Besides, it makes me seem younger. Wah-ha-ha-ha! Ho-ho-ho! I don't like how her face has jiggle physics. It certainly does. Oh, I signed up for your special course. Well, my. Quite brave of you, considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel. Wah-ha-ha! Ho-ho-ho! Reckless? Wah-ha-ha! Maybe you should take it easy tonight, Mystic Maya. We can come back another day. But you went through all that trouble to get reservation for me. Yes, that's right. You've come all this way, so please, enjoy yourselves. There's still time before supper, so why don't you have a look around? Hold on. I'll present this. Do you think you could take a look at this? I may not look like it, but I can tell you I'm very much in demand. And to be quite honest, I'm finding this a little difficult to say. What is she trying to say, Mr. Nick? I think she's trying to say that she's busy. Be serious, but seriously, Nick, what's the deal? Nothing has ever happened yet, and you're already shoving evidence into people's faces. You need to forget about work and relax a little. Try to have some fun, okay, Mr. Nick? Yeah, you're right. Sure, pin the hyperthermia on the lawyer is great fun. Do you know I'm a lawyer? Okay. Doesn't really help the case that Maya said I was being a bit much. Okay. Channeling dojo. So what's a channeling dojo anyway? Oh my. You don't even know that? Forgive him, sister, for he knows not what he is. Well. Just call me Bikini and forget that sister part. A channeling dojo is basically a spiritual power training ground. We have special holy items prepared here to help people boost their spiritual power. Holy items? If you train an entire evening surrounded by these items, it's quite mysterious. The spiritual power of these items seem to envelop you. Wahahaha. Wow, she must have just gotten off the trolley from the land of make-believe. So what exactly is the special course? You must be incredibly devoted to be interested at that in such a young age. It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant a spell. 30,000 times, all while being showered in freezing cold spirit water. Eh? It's February now, right? You have to be careful this time of year. If you don't watch it, you'll catch phenomia or maybe even die of hyperthermia. So be careful, you hear? Wahaha! Ho 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 ha! How am I supposed to be careful? Oh no, I knew I shouldn't have signed Mystic Maya up for this. Sister, about this picture. Well, look at that. I must say I look rather divine here, don't you think? Oh, yeah, unforgettable in every way. You mean it? Oh, I knew it. Wahaha! Ho 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 ho! The makeup was pretty tough, but Iris helped me out. Iris? The cute little girl in the photo. She looks just like me, doesn't she? We're just a small temple here, so she and I run the entire place. Really? That kind of sounds like fun. Sorry to cut in, but... This Iris. Where is she right now? Oh, just listen to you. You haven't come all the way up here just to find a girlfriend, have you? No. That's not what I had in mind at all. Anyway, Iris is in the inner temple preparing for this evening. Inner temple? Yes, that's right. Iris will be back this evening. Why don't you go have a look at the main hall for now? Wahahaha. So she's in the inner temple, huh? No, let's just move for now. February 7th, Hazakura Temple, main hall. The main hall? I think it's even colder in here. Achoo! Mr. Nick, do you smell that? It smells like meat and gravy. Yeah, you're right. I guess it's pot roast for dinner tonight. Yum. Weird. I thought they would serve something a little more, well, traditional. What are you talking about, Nick? You think monks and nuns just sit around eating rice gruel all the time? Mystic Maya's Mystic Maya's right. Oh, I hope there's mashed potatoes, too. I loved mashed potatoes. Ha ha ha. What a cute little acolyte. Oh, okay. Wow, there's a lot of new music. Greetings to all of you. Oh, hello. Wow, this lady makes Maya look like a 6.8 out of 10 on the weirdness scale. Your outfit. Did you come here for the special course too? Ha ha ha. Unfortunately, no. Actually, I'm... You're Miss Elise... How do I say that? Miss Elise Duksim. Miss Elise Duksim. Yes, that's right. If I'm saying that wrong, let me know. You know of me? My name is Pearl Faye. I'm your biggest fan. Who is she, Nick? I see it now. Savari, a fortune teller? Oh, let's see. It is pronounced Dunim. X is silent. Okay, so Do-nim. Miss Do-nim. Got it. Thank you. Ha ha ha. What a sweet thing to say. And please, call me Elise. Books? Mr. Nick, don't you know anything? Don't you even know who this is? Well, an author, maybe? Yes, and an illustrator of picture books. Picture books, huh? Oh, now I get it. I'm sorry I didn't know who you are. I don't get a lot of chances to really enjoy picture books. It's alright, I take no offense to that. My books are nothing but simple stories for children. And really beautiful pictures too, Miss Elise. Your books always make me feel as if my heart has been purified. It makes me feel very happy to hear you say that. I do have to admit, she certainly seems like a kind, sensitive lady. Miss Elise won an award last year for her book, The Magic Bottle. Yes, a friend of mine secretly submitted a story I had written to a publisher. They liked it so much that they asked if it was alright to make it into a book. Wow, must have been a really great story. Maybe I should try to write a children's book too. If I do, you can secretly send it to a publisher for me, Nick. Recently, I've accepted a sort of apprentice, you might say. An apprentice? He calls herself Laurice. Laurice Do-nim. I believe he's off doing some landscape sketches right now. On Laurice's behalf as well, I'd like to thank you for your support. Of course, Miss Elise. Anything for you. Haha. Why did you come to Hazakura Temple, Miss Elise? Are you here to do some spiritual training? Ha ha ha. No, that's not it. I'm actually here to gather material for a new book I'm working on. Wow! I can't wait to read it. Pearls is completely taken with her. I wanted to do a book with a more Japanese feel to it this time. So, is that why you're dressed like you are? The children have a certain image of me in their minds. I don't want to disappoint them. What can I say? She's really a sweet lady. Wow, Miss Elise, you're dressed up like a mountain nun. Yes, the good people here were kind enough to let me borrow this. I'm wearing training clothes underneath my robe as well. I want a staff like that. You like the crystal spear? It's a real amethyst, you know. Maybe we'll find one like that up here on this mountain. Good luck, Nick. I know you'll find me one. Well, you'll have to excuse me now. I have to go help with the dinner preparations. Wow, you mean you're cooking dinner tonight? That's right. Would you like to help too, Pearl? Yes, I want to help with whatever I can. Pearls looks like she just won the lottery. Oh, I'll help too then. No, it's fine. Please don't worry about it. Feel free to relax and explore the area with your friend. Huh? But... Oh, yes. Please take this. I think it will be of help to you. A map. Deja vu. Have I been in this place before? Perhaps riding on a bridge. Oh boy. Well, I guess this is what we're doing. Start brewing up theories now. The inner temple. There it is, on the other side of the... Actually, I guess Phoenix wouldn't know this map. Actually, no, he was reviewing the case earlier. Though I don't know when that took place. Because I didn't realize this at the time, but I looked at the ending of the previous trial. Phoenix Wright was, like, in the hospital as he was looking through the log. So something must have happened. Well, if you insist, I guess we'll take this chance to go check out the other temple. Hazakura Temple map added to the court record. Okay, I'll see you two later then. Remember, you're not allowed to fight. Come on, Nick, let's go. At least we'll stay warmed if we keep moving. Huh? Where did Sister Bikini go? I guess she went to the inner temple to go help with the other nun out. Alright, I think her name is Iris? Yeah, that was it. I want to find out who Iris really is, but I'm scared of what I'll find. Heavenly Hall. Well, that's the bridge. Wow, look at this broken down old bridge, Nick. Yeah, and look at that big canyon below us. Hey, there's a river down there. It looks like it's flowing real fast. What's wrong, Nick? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm just not very good with heights. Oh, hey, I've got it. Maybe you should face your fear and try hurling yourself off the edge. You know, 1, 2, 3, jump. It might be just what you need to get over your fear of heights. Yeah, death is a real good way to overcome phobias, alright. Anyway, it sure looks like a rickety bridge. Can't argue there. That's probably why it's called Dusty Bridge. Read it again, Maya. It says Dusky Bridge. Well, it's practically the same thing. Anyway, the inner temple is just up ahead, right? So let's go and check it out. Why isn't there another way across? Footprints. Come on, Nick. Why don't we hop across the bridge? It'll be fun. I'm not sure. It looks like a bunny hopping across the bridge would destroy it. Okay, Nick. Then let's try to find a cute, fluffy little bunny and test your theory. That right there sums up the fundamental differences between sane and insane. And there's also this phone. I can't believe there's a public phone here. Who would ever use it? The people who live here, I guess. I doubt they have any real phones here. Yeah, but it looks like... But it took like a 20-minute walk here from the main hall. It would have been smarter of them to build the main hall here, don't you think? Maybe you should work on channeling someone who makes logical sense, Maya. Well, alright. Inner Temple. February 7th, Inner Temple Gate. Whoa. That bridge was shaking like jello in an earthquake. And at least half of the wood on that rickety bridge was rotting, I bet. Not to mention the last part only had like one board left on it. What's wrong with you? Your face is all green. Can you not pick on me for a second? I'm still trying to get over the shock that we made it safely across the death trap. Yeah, I guess I'm a bit surprised, too. Yikes! That temple is in bad shape. It looks like it could collapse at any time. I guess people don't use it too often. Is this really where you were going to train tonight? That has to be it. It's kind of creepy around here. Like a ghost might just jump out at you or something. A spirit medium afraid of ghosts. Isn't it ironic, don't you think? Whoa. This a prison? Man, look at this place. It's just a tiny, freezing cold room. So this is where you'll both be training, huh? Huh? What do you mean, both? I'm the only one. Really? But I thought... Pearlie's just a little kid. She couldn't handle this kind of intense training. So says the girl who I can barely hear over her teeth chattering. Anyway, the real training room must be behind that door over there. Yep. Definitely getting the feeling it's back there. Even I can sense that there's something supernatural about the cavern behind that door. Excuse me, but who are you? Ah. Hi there. We're just looking around since we're going to be staying here tonight. Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's nothing. I wonder why she's spaced out like that. Don't you, Nick? Did you say something, Maya? Not you too, Nick. My name is Iris. I'm one of the nuns here at this temple. I'm Maya Fey. It's a pleasure to meet you. The pleasure is mine. Oh, please excuse me. I have some, chores to attend to. Oh. She sure is beautiful. And a bit spacey, I guess. I guess she's just not used to talking with urban sophisticates like us. Sophisticates like us. Nick? That girl. It can't be, but... This is really... creepy? I feel bad for Phoenix right now. Let's see. I guess main gate. And then main hall. And then... Oh, wait, where were we supposed to go? Okay. Unless there's something else that we could have gone to while over there that I missed. Forcing Phoenix to go over that bridge over and over again. Maybe we could have gone further in? The actual training area must be on the other side of this door. I wonder what it's like. Phooey, it's locked. Come on, Nick. You know you want to open it for me. I can't. You've been kind of a bad mood lately, haven't you, Nick? Savati! I know what it is. I-R-I-S. Ha 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 ha! Iris and Nick sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. My, I mean, listen. It's a very funny until you realize that they're, I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. There's a lot. Look at this antique dresser. I wonder if there's anything valuable inside. It also kind of makes me realize, despite this being a third game, I feel like Maya doesn't know... I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a stretch to say she doesn't know Phoenix all that well. Because she does. But also, like, she knows him well in, like, the law. And knowing that, like, she knows stuff that Phoenix is willing to talk to her about. But, like, honestly, I feel like there's still a lot of stuff that Phoenix has going on. Like a previous relationship. A previous whole thing that Maya has no idea about. Let's have a look. Nothing. Just a bunch of clothes. Hey, Nick. Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Oh? About Iris, I bet. Looks like you've been bitten by the love bug, Nick. Is all of this just gonna be... things like that? A hanging scroll. Doesn't look that old either. Ah! Ack! What is it? Why do you scream like that? This scroll... It's my mother. What? Uh-oh. It's Misty Faye, the master of the Korean School of Channeling. Are you sure? Yes. That crest at the top of the scroll. That's the special mark of the master of our tradition. So that's what the mark means. What is it? Nothing. It's just that I last saw her over 15 years ago. If it wasn't for that crest, I wouldn't have even known it was her. My own mother. And I can't even recognize her face. Hanging scroll added to the core record. Okay, so interesting. Showing Maya's mother, Missy Faye. It's not that old. That crest at the top of the official mark. Yeah, okay. I wonder if this temple has some sort of connection to the Faye family. I think it does, actually. Supposedly, it was founded by a branch family member of the Korean school. I'll have to ask Bikini in more detail when I get the chance. About Maya, and the Faye family in general. Okay. I guess that's worth noting. I should inspect stuff. That seems important. Oh, there we go. Phew! We managed to make it across Dusty Bridge. Nick, you look green. Are you feeling alright? Hey, what's wrong with you? Ever since we met Sister Iris at the training hall, you've been really quiet. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, you! Wait up! You think he's yelling at us? He must be. There's no one else around. Would you mind moving? You're standing right in my way. Larry? Ah. Hey, I know you. You're... Whoa, sorry, gotta run. See ya. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Lou Rice. Oh my god. I'm Lou Rice. How was it? Dunim. Alright, I'm Lou Rice Dunim. Liar! You're Larry! Your clothes may change, but you're still the butts. Shut up! I'm Laurice! And I'm just here to do a sketch of Dusky Bridge. So, it really is our Larry. Now that I get why he's not that I get why he's pretending to be someone else. Well... So, what are you doing with the last name Duxim? Oh my god. Dunim. Well, I wanted to start over again with a clean slate. A clean slate? You remember, don't you, last time? The mask case. After that, I started to realize I didn't like this guy known as Larry Butts. And that's when I came across it. The Book of Destiny. The Book of Destiny? Do you mean The Magic Bottle by Miss Elise Dunim? It's so beautiful, so moving, so gentle. My heart felt cleansed. I was saved. Maybe I should buy a copy of The Magic Bottle. Wow, Larry would make a great book salesman. I really want to get that book now, too. She's the most wonderful person I've ever met. I'd follow her anywhere. Well, she certainly is a very elegant lady. You see? Here's a photo I took of her in secret. Wow, that's a beautiful photo. You want a copy, don't you? It's okay, I just happen to have made extra prints. Alright. Interesting. Still, it's kind of hard to imagine you as a picture book illustrator. So tell the truth, you must have some kind of ulterior motive, right? What are you talking about? You better not be going after you-know-who. I don't trust anyone anymore, especially not women. Talk about a bad case of denial. Anyway, can you even draw well enough to make a picture book? Art isn't only about technical skill, you know. It's also about having a pure heart. And that's why I'm asking. Can you draw well enough to make a whole book? Now that you mention it, I wonder. It looks like you still have some doubt in your heart. It's true, I do. But when I first saw her, I felt it. Something inside me ended, and something else began. Oh, Larry. It sounds like you've fallen in love with Miss Elise Dunim. No, you're wrong. It's not her. It's the other girl. Other girl? Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this. Okay. I could probably just present. Woo, yeah, her, my little Iris. She's really pretty. This girl, she's perfect. She's exactly my type. Oh boy. I accidentally pressed X, hold on. I wonder if something... Dang it. Hold on. I can grab the YouTube thing so I can replay that. Woo, yeah, her, my little Iris. Yep, she's really pretty. This girl, she's perfect. She's exactly my type. And what he said was, I wonder if she would model for me. I want to draw a portrait of her. That was what was cut out. The world is saved. Luckily. Anyways, back to it. Yeah, you always liked those model types, didn't you, Larry? Hey, wait a second. Didn't you say you were swearing off women? It's Larry, what do you expect? Huh? Yeah, that's right. Of course I have. I have, basically, but Iris is different. I feel like I still have one chance left at the dream. This guy will never change. Everyone? Hey, Pearly. Dinner preparations are complete. Please come quickly to the main hall. Alright. I can't wait to dig in, Pearly. I'm going to go to the inner temple and call Sister Iris. I also want to have a look at where Mystic Maya is going to be training. February 7th, 7:46 p.m. Hazakura Temple, Main Hall. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you sure it's alright to eat that much before your training? Well, this kind of training is a battle of endurance. Mystic Maya, please don't do anything that might put your health at risk. Ha ha ha. No pain, no gain, I guess. I'm so worried about you. Well, let's not dilly-dally shilly-shally. You must get ready for tonight. Good luck, Maya. Alright, here I go. I'll see you all tomorrow, I guess. Iris, please ring the bell at 10 for lights out, alright? Yes, Sister Bikini. And then, after you ring the bell, I want you to come join us at the training hall. I understand, Sister Bikini. Maya and Bikini really seem excited about this training thing tonight. Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight? Well, if you'd like, you could come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together. Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading. Ha ha ha. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? Ah, I'd love to. Girls is absolutely smitten with Miss Dunham. So, Larry, what are you gonna do? Me? Well, I'm just gonna go hang out in my room. I can't stand the cold at all. I totally hear you there. Miss Elise? So, for example, how do you read this? It says, gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Oh, okay, and what about this word? That's another tough word. It says, roast. What kind of book is she reading anyway? Well, I'm going to go wash the dishes and help clean up. I'll go visit you when I'm done, Miss Elise. Well, not much to do except head to my room and huddle under the covers, I guess. Pearl, those words are easy. I read them easily. Good job, Roland. You have defeated the 9-year-old child in reading comprehension. Ugh, it's a whole different type of cold up here in the mountains. Ugh, why couldn't the nearest bathroom just be a little closer to my room? Mr. Wright? Yeah! Oh, Miss Dunham, are you going to use the bathroom too? No, but have you seen Pearl? No, not since after dinner. I thought she said she was going to your room. I know, but she never showed up. I'm going to go look for her. Excuse me. Miss Elise Dunham, a woman as mysterious in origin as her last name. But the really mysterious one is... Oh. Sister Iris. Good evening. The really mysterious one is this girl. Are you on your way to the bathroom too, Mr. Wright? I can't let this chance pass me by. I should try to talk with her. Maybe get some answers. Your sister Iris, right? Yes. So, when did you come to Hazakura Temple? I don't remember. Ever since I was a small child, the temple has been my home. So you've never left? Well, I don't have any family left to take care of me. Sister Bikini, I've come to think of her as my real mother, as it were. Ah, I see. But didn't you go to college? Maybe enroll in the Ivy University Literature Department? No, I've never had an interest in going to a big university like that. My training is all the education I need. I see. But once in a while, when I get the chance, I make a trip to the nearby town. I can use a computer and a cell phone, too. That's not exactly something worth bragging about. but I don't see any psyche locks. So I guess that means she's not lying. Please, don't stare at me like that. What kind of place is this, anyway? I heard it's for training to increase your spiritual power, or something like that. It must seem awfully crazy to normal people like you. Well, I have to admit, it is a whole different world up here. I'm glad to hear you say that. Huh? Talking with dead people. Who does it help anyway? I hate it. Really? So then why stay in a place like this? Ah. Is something wrong? I didn't realize it was so late. I have to go and ring the bell for lights out. I guess it's almost 10 now, huh? Mr. Wright? Yes? If it's alright with you, I would like you to have this. But this is your hood. It has the power to protect you from evil spirits. Come to think of it, Sister Bikini was wearing one of these too. I pray for your safety on this dark, cold night. I'm sorry, but I must bid you goodnight. Wait a minute, Sister Iris. You call me crazy, but for some reason I'm sensing weird death flags, and I don't know why. The death flag is being rung, and I mean death flag specifically towards her, Iris. I feel like at any moment she could just pop up dead, and I don't know why I think that, necessarily. Maybe because it would shock or hurt Phoenix in some way. She could just... yeah. Well, I guess we can keep going. Some food for thought, I suppose. Yes? Just now, you called me by my name. You said Mr. Wright. How did you know my name? I never introduced myself to you. That's... Sister Iris, please, tell me the truth. You and I... have we ever met before? Damn! Iris. It's almost 10. Perhaps we can speak again tomorrow. That pretty much confirms it. So my hunch was correct. She does know me. I'll have to try to talk with her again tomorrow. Ah! What the? That blood-curdling scream came from the courtyard. February 7th, 11:06 p.m. Hazakura Temple, courtyard. That scream, I'm sure it came from around here. Ah! Someone's there. On the ground. Miss Doonan! I just stepped on something soft. Hey! Don't step on my tummy like that! What are you doing lying there in the snow? I was passed out. What do you think? So that blood-curdling scream is you? Forget about that. Hurry up and call the police. Is there even a phone in the main hall? No, but we still get reception up here in the mountains. You must have a cell phone on you, right? I didn't bring it with me. Oh, you're useless. I mean, even Iris has a cell phone. We've got no choice. You'll have to use the public phone by Dusky Bridge. Hurry, 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 hurry! Run as fast as you can. Yes, ma'am. If you don't hurry, Iris will. Oh, what? Iris will what? It's further than I thought. The bridge is just up ahead. Have to go tell Maya what happened too. Ah! Oh! Dusky Bridge! It's burning down! What the heck happened? What are you doing here? Ah! Huh? What is it? Is it me? Don't scare me like that, Larry. I almost had a heart attack. My name isn't Larry, it's Laurice. Larry, hurry up and call the police. I'm going to the inner temple. Don't be stupid. The bridge is nothing but a burning wreck right now. Listen to me. There's been a murder here at Hazakura Temple. What? The murderer might have fled across the bridge. I have to make sure Maya is safe. But Please, call the police. I've gotta go. Get out of my way, Larry. It's too dangerous. Nick, wait! I must have been crazy. I knew how dangerous it was, but I still went for it. Ah! Nick! Weakened even more by the fire, the rickety old bridge's plank snapped and gave way, and as I was swallowed by the eternal darkness that surrounded me, a final, terrified scream rose up to pierce the frozen air of that harrowing night. Poh. To be continued. London Bridge is burning down, burning down, burning down. London Bridge is burning down, my fair lady. Date. Brr. Time. Brr. Location. Brr. Who could that be at this time of night? Yes, Edgeworth speaking. Edgy, get up! It's an emergency! Huh? Larry? Do you know what time it is? It's not Larry, it's Larice! Larice Dunham! This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and... Wait, don't hang up! It's an emergency! It's Nick! He took a really nasty spill! Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so... I'm not joking! His life is in danger! What? What happened? Tell me. Talk about a guy with a bad luck. He may already be dead. Anyway, you've got to come back. You're the only one that can help. My Iris, my beautiful Iris, she needs help. Alright, I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm at the detention center. Please, hurry! It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty union. As if I expected anything to change. February 8, 2:19 p.m. Detention Center, Visitors Room. You're late, Edgy! What took you so long? I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could. Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick is Maya, an Iris bikini, huh? Say something, Edgy. Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. The murder victim was the picture book author, Miss Elise Dunham. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the Temple's younger nun. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says that he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest. Yes, that's right, you got it. But they arrested her, my sweet little Iris. And here I was, convinced he was the one the police had arrested. However, I still don't understand what these 2 items are for. What are you talking about? They're things Wright gave to me while I was leaving his room. This is the first. He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other? He couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is, could he? I'm begging you. Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I've got left. You're the only one that can represent her. What did you just say? You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? Why do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I am saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like I'm a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell. But I mean, I heard the paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay? Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris's side of the story. So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all. I'm playing as Edgy Poo. Thank you for coming. My name is Iris. Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. Now I feel like Edgeworth would recognize her if he got his memory jolted. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder. Mr. Wright? How is he? Mr. Lorry said that he might die. Fortunately, he will be fine. Larry, you moron. How can you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise, he is unharmed. Thank goodness. But he's caught some kind of nasty cold. A cold? He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. I must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before. Oh. Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something, if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before. It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple. Hazakura Temple? What's that? It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power. Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for that reason as well? No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them. In that case, what are you doing at that temple then? I've committed some sins. Sins that I need to pay for. That's why I'm there, and why I continue to train, to purify my soul. I want to ask you about last night, the night of the crime. Alright. I helped to clean up after dinner, and then went back to my room at about 8. Later, I left to my room to ring the lights out bell at 10. Bell? We ring it at the same time each night. I see. And then? And then... I was told to go to the training hall, but... I went back to my room and stayed there. Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to? I was frightened. Frightened? Hi. Hello there. So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened. There's more to her story. I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder? Yes. However, you didn't go. Because you say you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? Is this your first walkthrough? Yes, it is. What in the world? Is there something wrong? I'm sorry, it's nothing. It looks like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about. The psyche locks. I believe he said that I needed to present this Magatama item to do something. Interesting. We are playing as Edgeworth. Through and through. I get to use my Edgeworth voice. Essentially pompous nobility with a hint of Britishness. London Bridge is falling down. Falling down? Falling down. London Bridge is falling down. My fair lady. So do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night? I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed. Spiritual power? Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example. Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power. Yes, I understand. Most people don't. And I am certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Dunham? No. I'm not the one who took her life. Those psycho-lock things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying. Heh. What's wrong? I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual powers. It appears that's about all that you can tell me. Thank you very much for listening to my story. I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you. Me? Yes, at the trial tomorrow. He asked me to defend you. If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands. But before that, I have one question. Yes? Do you know, Wright? Why would you ask that? Whenever you came up in our conversation, you would begin to act a little strange. Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you? He is a very dear and indispensable friend. It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him. You deceived him? I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth. Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering, and until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition. All right, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise. Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. This is awesome. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. It seems he's Mr. Wright. New music. Ooh! Edgeworth time. Oh, and we're gone. February 8th, Dusky Bridge. It sure is cold, alright. So this is it. Dusky Bridge. Oh, wow! It's you, Mr. Edgeworth! Gumshoe? Ugh. Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see! It's been about a year? Or has it been longer? Personally, this is my favorite case in the whole trilogy. I have heard a lot of hype as well about this case. Also, FYI to the Twitch chatters, I'm talking to YouTube chats. It's just, right now there's a thing where currently chat will only visually display Twitch. I still have not gotten around to fixing that, but I will eventually. Anyways, Gumshoe is here! Gumshoe and Edgeworth, the ultimate duo! It doesn't matter, detective. Thought you were schizophrenic for a bit? No, there's a YouTube chat, Merlin. It doesn't matter, detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch! And there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess. You were transferred by HR to the local precinct. A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. Like gum on your shoe. He's impossible to get rid of. That's what his name... What? You're telling me this whole time... Gumshoe has the same Larry Butts thing? Edgeworth just never said it out loud. Like gum on your shoe. He's impossible to get rid of. Yeah, that's my goat right there. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. No, Gumshoe just means... I know Gumshoe means detective, but I like the phrase... But I like the phrase, like gum on my shoe. He always seems to... What's it called? He always seems to stick around. I like that phrase, even if I know Gumshoe, of course, is referring to actual detective. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell you. Prosecutor Godot? Oh shit, Godot's gonna... If Godot's a prosecutor, he's gonna have some major beef. I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple as simple does, as they say. Oh, you've got no idea how much I miss that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Yeah, that bikini lady. Bikini lady? Here, On this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady, decisive witness, myself. So this is a bridge that Wright fell through? Yep, I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross is how it goes, right? Or was that leap? And is there something on the other side? Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir. What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air is really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. Will she be alright in this cold? So, how did this bridge burn down anyway? We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning? So who is this prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy. What kind of man is he? He's just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. If he's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case? You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really gotten in for Mr. Wright. Oh? Yeah, he seemed to have some kind of grudge. And what would be the cause of this grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. None of this is making any sense. I'd better go look into this Godot myself. You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yep, last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that, but according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. Weather data added to the court record. I see. This is a very detailed weather report. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time the lightning struck the bridge. Oh, that? We got that information from the witness's testimony. Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge? Who is this witness? Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. Interesting. Eagle Mountain weather, snow with occasional lightning strikes. Interesting. Around 30 minutes passed between fire starting and going out. Okay. Let's go to the main gate. Yo, Edgy! What took you so long? I'm so cold my brain's turned into sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder. Hey, wait a sec. Hold it! Objection! What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and... What kind of lame excuse is that? Then you call yourself a defense attorney. Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor. That's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple years and your heart turns to sherbet. I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here. Iris didn't murder her, someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one. Dude, I have to say, I love this pair-up. This is such a chaotic pairing of, like, characters. Having Larry Butts, Dick Gumshoe, and what's it called? Edgy Poo. That's such a chaotic combination, but it works so well. Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton to Wright, that is. Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comments has made me highly concerned. Could it be the reason that you think she's innocent? Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. I should have never come back. No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time. Honest. If I had a penny for every time he said that, it's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. Know what I mean? Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh. Forget it. I didn't say anything. Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost. Go back to your charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep. Then I hope your plane crashes and you die. I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? As I suspected, psycho-lock. Okay, Edgeworth is just saying it wrong. Psycho-locks. It's psyche-locks, Edgeworth, not psycho. I'm sorry, man. You know me, I just don't remember. My short-term memory's a wreck, dude. Okay, I see. I guess I don't have much to go off of now. I'll just continue collecting evidence before I deal with the psyche locks. Hazakura Temple Main Hall. Oh, there's a paper over there. Hey, hello there. So how are you feeling? Alright, I suppose. Huh? Who is this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you found her. Now, what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. Ha ha ha! If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Wah ha ha ho ho ho! Mr. Edgeworth, this is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps getting cut. My stomach's already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, at first, I want to hear what you know. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. Ha 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 ho ho. I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. Oh, you get the chills pretty easily, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Alright then, I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. It must have been past 11. No, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie. I saw 2 people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword. Did you see this criminal with your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris. You must have been quite shocked. Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courthouse. Oh my god. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom, and I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed, and then I passed out. Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. I wonder what she means by that. As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that is correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back. A bad lower back? Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple alone? Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I'd better try to get some more details. So, who is this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple? Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the whole trouble of signing up for the special course... Special course? It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you? No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, dear, there's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh, I don't think I like the sound of this. Do you know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister. Maya has a little sister. Oh, you mean Little Pearl? That's Maya Fey's cousin. Little Pearl. I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished the dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found. Also, that is a funny detail. Edgeworth would not know who Pearl is. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back. A little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone. As they say, the plot thickens. Gumshoe, a child, is missing. Hold on, I have to look at, what is this? There are more Esna cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that sack? Beats me. Would you mind checking that out for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like an old manila envelope. Yeah! What is it, Detective? This could be it! An ultra-important clue! A super special clue! I suppose I should read it myself, then. It looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Note to Iris added to the court record. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor, a super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Salutation here, there is something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. Okay. Interesting. Indeed, interesting. If that's the case, then I guess I could present it to her. Do you know what this is? Do you know anything about this old, crumpled up letter? Is that addressed to Iris? Yep, it clearly says to Iris on it. I can't believe it. That girl doesn't have any secrets from me. Ah, so Sister Bikini doesn't know anything about it. About this here. Let me see. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Interesting. I wonder why we have this picture. The fact that it's evidence means this might mean something. But what? I was not expecting her to be the one to die either. Larry, yeah, I know. I know Larry gave it to me. I don't know. I wonder how this will be relevant though. Okay. Move. Oh my god. Bloody. February 8th, Hazakura Temple Courtyard. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, detective. I'll just have a look around. It looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask, just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitment. Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own. You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap. Yes, you do that, detective. Just how much has your running spout leaked over the years? Let's take a look at this bloody scene. I think that's the most blood we've ever visually seen. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon? It sure is. It's called a Shichishito, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir. I love Gumshoe, best detective. True. I suppose this is the victim's blood? Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shichishito too. Fingerprints? Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon. What's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney? Yeah, I figure it doesn't feel really good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. Well, why do you think Phoenix Wright's hairline is receding? Is it receding? I don't know. If it is, it's receding in the opposite order. Okay. There's the staff. What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff. That belongs to the victim, Miss Elise Dunham. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen, this is just between us, okay, sir? Yes. What? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. Alright. The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me? That's it. This staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victims. Gumshoe wanted to be a wizard. Wizard Gumshoe. The main gate must be just over that stone wall. Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not at all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. I don't know what that means. Ah, I just love skiing. Really? You don't, seem like the type. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah, they're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth? Is the world starting to go mad? Is there something we're missing here? There's half, staff, maybe this. It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night. There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill? How did you know? I mean, maybe it's because you docked his pay at least like 5 times throughout the series. Minimum 5, probably more. Also, it seems like we've gone over everything. I guess, let's see. The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Dunham. Her entire past, up until she won that writing award last year, is a total mystery. It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that. The estimate time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon. The murder weapon? The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing. Yes? The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a 2-story building. A 2-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct? Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. That just happened to be the room that Elise Dunham was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword. Body fell 10 feet. Wait. Body fell 10 feet after death? Not before. Huh. Now then, detective. Let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far. Okay. Let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple. At 10 p.m., after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to the Hazakuri temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed a murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in court in the role of a defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I was the prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is gonna be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance you won't remember me at all. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. I had no idea you had such powerful strings to pull. I'm Edgeworth. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of Dusky Bridge. The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of the bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, not a thing. Nothing? The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there. So the only thing there is the inner temple. I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya. Interesting. Maybe I should present some stuff to him. Let's see. Oh, so I think I might have already told you about this, but the truth is, when I was a little kid... You wanted to become a wizard, right? Hey, that's amazing! How did you know that? So, what do you think? I'd make a really great one, don't you think? We just had this conversation a little while ago, detective. This sword represents multiple branches that life can take. All ending is one. I've never heard that one. You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life would I have had if I had to join the homicide division? So you think about that kind of thing too, huh? Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger. I guess he doesn't have any plans to leave the force. Okay. There's a lot we don't know about this victim. We don't know her real name, her background. We don't know anything, really. That's rather odd. If she was trying to hide her identity, why would she become an author? I'll bet it was just one of those things, you know. She probably never expected to get so popular. Okay. I think that was pretty much everything. Yeah, okay. I think now we can attempt to maybe start presenting things. Maybe we can deal with, Oh, wait, I have not saved once. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's a good thing I remember that. That's kind of important to do. What is... You're not lying to me. I can move on. Actually, maybe I could present to you some new stuff. This staff? No, it's... I don't have anything I necessarily need to present to you at the moment. Let's go deal with Larry. Oh. February 8th, Hazakura Temple main gate. I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut tight with a number of psycho locks. I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. Okay, Larry's on the run. Oh, wow. Is he, did he go further inside? Oh. Then let's go to the detention center, I guess. Oh. February 8th Detention Center Visitors Room. Oh, she's here. Okay. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind. But I've already told you everything that Iris, please remember. I'm on your side. You can tell me anything. Yes. Thank you. I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Dunham with a sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well. What? When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet, Sister Bikini says she met you at the Inner Temple that very night. But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night. Looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answer I'm looking for if I break those psycho locks. Alright. It's time. Take that! Oh my god! Edgeworth, take that! Take that! I was frightened. Since I have been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers. Understand? Yes, sir. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night? Yes, I swear. I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't even leave your own room? Oh, would it have been the weather? That's the closest thing we have to go off of. Yeah, it would be the weather. Take that! Perhaps this is what you were afraid of. Huh? Ugh. Blast! I must be trying too hard to bluff. Please excuse me. I'm so not used to this role I've been assigned. No. Okay. If that's the case, then what were you so afraid of? Phoenix? Were you afraid of Phoenix? No. Okay, hold on. I might need to load a save here. I'm gonna glitch. I should probably look over the evidence one more time before I go into this. Staff. No. No, that wouldn't make sense to present. Looks like I still don't have enough information. I need to investigate further and gather some more evidence. What could she have been afraid of? Afraid of? Is there something I missed? So this is the bridge Wright tried to cross? Pretty reckless, if you ask me. I'm amazed he survived the fall from up here. Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he manages to win his cases in court. Blind luck. I think dumb luck suits Wright just a bit better. Afraid of. What would she have been afraid of? Maybe it's a case where I need to present someone? Because I believe we covered everything that's over here. I think I have all the evidence I need. Maybe I just need to think more clearly. Oh, I gotta inspect. What is this sign? I believe you have everything you need. Yeah, I'll go back and see. There's a little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall. A shack? It's like a rundown doghouse for losers that can't bear the freezing drafts of wind. Kinda reminds me of my apartment, sir. The name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace. Giving a hovel a great name is a crime itself. I'd call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Compton Castles. That's not such a great name if you ask me. Well, it's not such a great apartment either, sir. Poor Gumshoe. Okay. Alright, miss. What are you afraid of? Gumshoe is not... Gumshoe living... I don't even know. What's worse than the worst? I don't think... Gumshoe is definitely not the king. He is a serf. He is a peasant in O-Block. Clearly. Okay. What is she afraid of? Would it be is she afraid of Larry? There's only one way we can find out. Take that! I'm gonna, no voices, I'm just gonna try to be careful. It is my duty to dig up all the answers to understand. I thought I did present Phoenix. Yes, sir. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe the case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the inner temple last night? You said you didn't go because you were frightened. Is this what you're frightened? I mean, I think I already presented Phoenix. Yeah, I did. Okay. I can burn through some stuff here. Larry? If for some reason my mind's telling me Larry, but if it's Larry, that no. Okay, I don't think it wants me to present a person, because it's... Wait. If that's the case, then you... What were you afraid of? Yeah, I feel like if it was a person, they would specify it a bit more. Is this what frightened you so much you couldn't even leave your own room? She did give the hood the Phoenix. Were you afraid of evil spirits?
Take that!
Okay, I'm gonna load the save to just get health back. At this point, we're going through things, but let's see. Not afraid of Phoenix. I don't think it's a person. We're kind of working our way through it.
Take that!
Not afraid of a person. What else? It's not afraid of spirit. No. I doubt it. Let's see. I doubt she was afraid of her. I already presented the weather, because at first I'm like, maybe she was afraid of lightning. Oh, right, the blackmail!
Take that!
I feel like I should have thought of that first. I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you. Ah, that's... Well, Iris. Why are you glaring at me like that? You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you. Isn't that correct? Ah! Was it the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters. It matters either way. But Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me. A prank? Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to if that would cause... Oh my god. There's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief. Wrong. I wonder about that. Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her. No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there is one person you didn't want your secret told to. Well, it would have been her. Because she didn't know about the letter. Is it just possible maybe that you yourself have a deep, dark secret in your heart? Why do you say that? As they say, it takes one to know one. How could she know about that? Is she peering into my soul? It's true that there is a deep-seated darkness in my heart. However, the only way I can get rid of it is to fully uncover the truth. Okay, the truth behind my secret. One person you don't want your secret told to. Phoenix? I mean, it'll literally only be Bikini, Elise, or Phoenix. Oh. Would it be Phoenix? Because I believe it was like something along the lines that she didn't want to see Phoenix. I'm feeling strongly towards Phoenix, but it could also be Elise. I'll present both. There we go. Phoenix Wright. Ah. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say? I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. Yay! After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it. What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions? It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge. A small shack, huh? It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever even want to go near. Where is it on this map? Oh. It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall... I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it. So this is a secret that you have locked away in your heart. Yes, it looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mysterious blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night. Yes, that's exactly right. Alright, Iris testimony added to court record. The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret. But it's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am. Interesting. Well, time to head to that Heavenly Hall. Hey, Gumshoe. We got a place we need to go to. Oh. What? Wow, not much of a view down here, huh? Still better than the view from my apartment, though. Tsk. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective. Oh, why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next is going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. He's just talking to himself. Shh! Be quiet and listen. I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Hey, you! About what you just said. I got an objection! Whoa, what the? Edgy, you dirty rat! Gumshoe, you oaf. I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger. You've watched too many trials. I'm sorry. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? What is this little shack anyway? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. And why were you down here in the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here. So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. Listen to me, Edgy. Oh, wait, that's Butts. Listen to me, Edgy. You must hear me out, Edgeworth. You've got to do this. You've got to save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth. Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl. Edgeworth, can you bitch slap him? Give him a pimp slap. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you? No, not yet, but I could tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagine that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt? What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back. If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him onto the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Aw, man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay, okay. Chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. Something incredible? You liar. Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Okay, Larry. Actually, before I was about to immediately present. Have to go. Bye. Will you save the stream on YouTube? Yes, the stream will be on YouTube, so you can watch the VOD later here. So, you know, I'll be sure to have that up as soon as the stream is over with. Thank you very much for stopping by as well, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Anyways, let's examine around. You know, I guess this is a question of mine. I noticed that Larry always does the, like, international flag type stuff here. Is there, like, any running theme about why he does it? It reminds me of, wait a second. Is there a common theme among all these? No. I remember when I used to take a French class in high school, they would also have, I remember they had this string of flags, but in my French class, it was specifically French-speaking countries along the flag. I don't know, is this thematic for Larry's lust for women of all nationalities and origins? I don't know. It could just be that. That's a horrible graffiti problem you've got there, pal. You don't know anything, detective. This is art. It's an expression of my bittersweet love for Iris. Larry, do you know what the difference is between graffiti and true art is? It's how the artist himself defines it, right? I should have seen that one coming. Well, if that's the case, then all of my lunchboxes are masterpieces too, pal. Okay. That's you. No, that's just... Alright. Alright, Larry. Take that! Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. Huh? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I'd been sleeping, not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! You know, I feel like I've lost what my voice of Larry was. I think I remember I had him like, yo dude, what's going on? Yeah, it's me, Larry Butts. But now I'm kind of reducing him down. I feel like I noticed characters where I have to voice him a lot. I take their more out there voices and kind of reduce them to be my normal voice, but just a little bit out there. Like Gumshoe, I do a bit more of a posh voice. That's not too hard on my throat. Dick Gumshoe, I do a bit of a high-pitched thing. But then you have like a judge where I have to go really deep. Or, you know, stuff like that. I feel like Larry is so on and off, though, as a character, that it's hard for me to really discern what he sounds like. I know what the dub of the anime has him like. He's like, yo, Nick, how's it going, man? That's how they do his voice. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend, Naomi. And then, it was on fire. The bridge was on fire. Dusky Bridge caught on fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey! Why are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth. There are still 3 psyche locks remaining. That means you're still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? What? Where are you saying? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question. I was in my own room, in the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean, there? It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike on Dusky Bridge from your room. Oh, is it the map? What? Oh, wait, were you at the temple? If you were at the temple, you couldn't have seen the lightning strike.
Take that!
This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. What am I looking for? I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hole is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from here. What? Why didn't you tell me that before? Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? It looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice, I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then, where were you? You don't know that I wasn't in my room. So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I've read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning striking Dusky Bridge was here. The place you saw the lightning strike was from, naturally, Heavenly Hall. But why would I be hanging out in this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any minute. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Uh-oh. In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. I have to admit, I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a totally different league from Nick. That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call affaire decor. I think you mean affaire decor. Could it be that you were waiting for someone? Oh no. You really are one scary guy, you know. I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come meet you. Oh, were you the one who sent the blackmail?
Take that!
Oh my god. There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you are waiting for Iris.
Take that!
Here's your evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey, give that back. You're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyway? That's unimportant. I misjudged you, Larry. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh. First of all, what is this at the top of the letter? It says salutations here. Well, that's what it said in that book, Letter Writing for Dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, Dear Iris. Wow, I'm so sorry. He does not know how to write. Also, that's funny, Gumshoe just cooking... Oh, not Gumshoe. Edgeworth just cooking him for his lack of play. His lack of literature. So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you? Sorry, Edgy. Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag. Threatening a young lady like that. Cool. Wait, hold on. What now, pal? What are you talking about? What threatening stuff? I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal. What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her? Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact. Give me a break, it's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love? What did you just say? My love for her burned so hotly, it could melt all the snow on this mountain. Uh-oh? Then what is this secret you mentioned? Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, she wouldn't want Old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair. Alright, then why did you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope? Give me a break, it's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Yeesh. Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal? It's cause Edgy gave me that scary look of his. You're a dumbass. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? That's it? That's what all those huge locks were about? I don't understand why you were so defensive. Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down. But, Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something. I know it. What do you mean, detective? Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible. He's right. Larry. What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone. What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another. I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge. Yes, and I believe it was an incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true. What doesn't? If that's all there is to your story, your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning. What? When? Where? Why? How? Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, Larry. Oh my god. No! What's wrong, sir? Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm about to be hit by a bolt of lightning? I've just about had it with this Harley Quinn. If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand. Okay, so he's just like, you know what, forget it, I'll do it in court. And the court is where we shall be going. It's been a while since I've been able to do a long sesh. February 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. I think we're about to see Godot meets Edgeworth. It's gonna be the combination of the two sly men. Oh my, Mr. Larice feels that way about me? Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret after all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I am sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Dunham, was it? Correct? That is correct. It wasn't me. Very well then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed... Don't worry. I've made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris, it is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. But right now, I am a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Mr. Edgeworth, I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I have been instructed. Oh my god. This is not a good sign to come. I'll take a sip of water. Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. Okay. This is it, everyone. It's trial time. Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakure Temple. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant. What?
Objection!
What? What? You're back? Oh, shit. The prosecution stands ready. And you are? Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance, you wouldn't be of any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. I can't believe it. Legends are a thing of the past. I am a von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purpose of prosecuting this case. You did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I am almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor. Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say? There is no such weakling as this man among those in the... Oh my god. There is no such weaklings as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. There isn't? But I'm sure once before in the court... Ah! I told you there is no such weakling. What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. But bailiff, remove that whip at...
Hold it!
I have no objections to the whip. You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee, but there is only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today, but looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. I see you have brought your flair for the histrionic. Allow me to add to the things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Rah! The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Miss Von Karma. Please give an outline of this case, with as little whipping as possible. The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Dunham. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a gold statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well, the court accepts this photo of the crime scene. There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins, my first and last trial as a defense attorney. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Well, hold on here. I'm not sure about being not so... Oh my god. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all. Witness, please stand up nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for a back pain-plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little old me, well, I'm the head nun of the Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Wah! The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should leave the sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in summer. Wah ha ha, ha 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 ha. In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own... Oh, right, he's Canadian. First, tell us about your own movement. Oh my god, this is the most Canadian sentence this guy has ever said. How do you do a Canadian... First, tell us about your own movement that night, eh? A boot. Tell us a boot. That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So, I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakure Temple. There was no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long, hot soak. It was after I had finished. Just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakure Temple? Hazakura Temple. Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle now, are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. Okay. Edgeworth game in time. That night I was helping an acolyte with her training at the inner temple, but...
Hold it!
What is this inner temple? Well, see, conversing with spirits is what we train people to do, right? We'll be the one asking you the questions, madam. In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training. And how exactly do you help with the proceedings? It is all quite exacting. It can't be performed without a nun supervising. Like a tutor, watching to make sure a spoiled child studies. A tutor with a whip, in your case. If that is the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple, where the murder took place? Okay, wait, let's see.
Hold it!
Interesting. The crime took place in the courtyard, correct? When you go from my room to the main hall, you have to take a winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard. That's right. In other words, it was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There is no complicated setup in this case. That certainly seems to be true. There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point out what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memories and observation skills are. There is one issue.
Hold it!
You left Iris to help. With what? What do you think? The acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into the training exercises proper. Wasn't it your place? Okay, you know, hold on. I need a stretch. I realize I need to use the bathroom real quick. Hold on. I think I have some... Not making some pizza. It would be changing this to... using the bathroom. And change this to... I should have a certain font for this. Sorry. Oh, yeah. I'll do that. And... there we go. I will be back. I am back. Hold on. Take a sit down. Alright. Take off this little bathroom break thingy. Hold on. Adjust my mic. Make sure I can see all my things again. Bada bing. And bada. Hold on. Alright, I'm ready to return. Okay. Wasn't it your place to remain with the disciple? Well, the job is simply to watch over the acolytes so that they don't pass away. Just to confirm this point again, that night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct? Yes. She's a gentle, honest girl. She's never once failed to follow my directions. She didn't leave her room, though. Do I have any evidence for this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, she wasn't even there, I think.
Objection!
There we go. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their power of observation and memory, after all. Well, don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all, the head honcho of Hazakura Temple. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like for you to explain something to me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No. She said that? The defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back.
Objection!
But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe she would lie. She does indeed have honest eyes. Wah! All people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie, which means we must call your memory into question. Dear. You're older than me, yet you want to play that game, do you? Well, that isn't exactly what My memory is perfect, crystal clear, especially in winter. Then, I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show me a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Then please add your comments about... Did they up his Canadianness? Why is he more Canadian now? Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. He was not this Canadian before. And let us return to the cross-examination. That night, I was hoping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but as you can see, my back... Okay. Wait, where's the new testimony? Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. That is so wrong. But, I'm not even gonna hear you out. Though I am gonna save just in case. That's wrong.
Objection!
Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant whom you claim to have met. She was wearing this demon-warding hood, correct? Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wahaha, wahaha, haha. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Oh, hold it right there. Why do you have that? That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood. Well. It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Order in the court. Witness your sister. This hood? You have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. I see. A stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. Then this is quite strange. If there is a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There is no contradictions here. I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness? While I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. No seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. Ooh. Edgeworth is so much more smarter. He doesn't need Maya on his left or right to be constantly telling him what to do. I like this. He knows how to play the judge in his favor. I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise, and with that sword of all things. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out onto the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out her window. Oh, that's a contradiction. We know that's not true. Man, this is real. This is the most clear. I'm not cheating, nothing. This is just obvious. If I was in your place, then it would be much like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. And me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that. This judge. His imagination is about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? There's no way... Man, listen, I'm not thinking too much about the premise here, but there's no way we could get away. Like, there has to be some, like, what do they call it? A court log? In court, there was a stenographer? Someone who is logging all the spoken words of the court and putting it into a transcript. Just saying the word Miles Edgeworth, like, anyone with, like, a brain, which I guess might be missing in the Phoenix Wright world, would be able to see, the defendant is Miles Edgeworth. I wonder who else has that name. Anyways. I finished my bath around... Oh, yeah. No, okay, save here. No, where's the autopsy? Caused loss of blood from stabbing back. Body fell 10 feet after death.
Objection!
Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyway. Oh, please, do. My brain is something else, especially in winter. However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? I guess we just have to assume they're lacking in security or something. I mean, they did say the reason why they're able to get away with it is they said something along the lines of, if Tigre, whatever, is able to pretend to be Phoenix Wright and get away with it, then Edgeworth totally can get away with it as well. And he can also pull strings to make it even more hidden than it already is. Though, I mean, like, yeah. I think the reason why we have Von Karma here, as well as the prosecutor, is because he knows she won't narc. He knows that Von Karma will probably just be interested in taking him down, and is, like, willing to play along with the game. Anyways, Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. Ah, that's right. It says after death right here. The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Ah. Order! Order! The victim was killed and then fell? If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. And then she was thrown out of her window below down to... Oh my god. And she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below.
Objection!
Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Dunham's room? She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a blood stain, wouldn't you agree? But well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Wow! No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Their whip has just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. She's drawing blood? She's like actually violently assaulting people. However, if there was no blood in the room, then your claim that... Wow! I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure Your Honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood, very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. That's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking. We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. I don't know about that one. Order, order, order. I must admit that this is a probable version of events. I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please, remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please, give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With the whip? Oh boy. Alright, alright. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I awoke, Mystic Ami was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. Man. Okay, do I have a picture? Wait a minute. So most of the body... So the blood is when the sword is removed from the body. Yet she's still impaled. Think about it, I didn't actually... So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right. Some of it had splattered onto Iris, too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? Yes. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed, but now you say you saw the victim bleeding? Well, I say what I saw is what I saw. What did you see? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day. Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like came out. Witness, you will add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? More important than you can imagine.
Hold it!
Smoothly, you say? You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out? That's right. The whole thing happened right next to the gold statue of Mystic Ami. Mystic Elise was on the ground and Iris was souped over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt. When Iris stood up, the sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. It slid out from that gaping wound. It goes without saying that if the sword was removed, there would be bleeding. Nothing out of place here. Is that really the case? I can't help but feel that something about this testimony is very out of place. That something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened. Yeah. How do you pull this thing out? Actually, I guess the better question would be... It would be that this thing is so plugged into her. Yeah, I'll present this.
Objection!
Nope. Okay, if not that, then the sword.
Objection!
There we go. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. But there are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to the hilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. Do you see how the sword is shaped? What do you mean? Please explain Explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that.
Objection!
Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I, too, may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I choose. The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit.
Objection!
That isn't the only issue here. If this sword was surely stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. That's... We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in the body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding.
Objection!
That's nothing more than a conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with the shichishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, and may still sometimes stop the blood loss.
Objection!
I'm not finished. There is still one more conclusive contradiction. You've still got more? This one is simple. If this sword really was thrust all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? Damn, Edgeworth is doing really good as the defendant. If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No! Order! Wow! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know can maybe manage one, if that. But what does this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishito. What? A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon? Well... it's because Mystic Ami was holding it. Exactly. However, if we reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishito was the murder weapon. Order, order, order. Wow! So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. That's true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I would like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? Damn, Edgeworth is using the reverse. He's saying, hey, prosecution, you present some evidence. The burden of proof is on you. It goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding areas. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. That's... Answer the question, Miss Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Damn. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast. Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking. It's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. You what? Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? I saw the murder at around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there I saw tracks that indicate the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk the Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out? Iris could have done that. She can drive the snowmobile after all. Huh. Witness, please, tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape, with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph. But there were also a snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, it certainly is an interesting theory. The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. And that solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River is currently... Oh my god. The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did you really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. Interesting. Very interesting.
Hold it!
Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for? Like I said, somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes. It's possible to get to the bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile. I have to concede that it's more than enough time. Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth?
Hold it!
While it would have been possible, time-wise, one element remains out of place here. Oh? And what would this mystery element be? The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods? Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Wow, turning to me for help over the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor? What? She's as over the top as always. Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed of in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth. Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and weigh and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there is surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this plot account. Wouldn't Larry have seen something like this? Would it be the fire? You went to the main gate? You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct? Right, the one who trampled me. It seems she's the type to hold a grudge. There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge. Phoenix Wright. He didn't even have his cell phone on him. He had forgotten it at home, apparently. What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand, too. Anyway, I was really scared, and it was taking him a while to get back. So I thought I'd go out by the main gate for a spell. Interesting. Maybe I should just... Let's see. Let me go through all the dialogue that I made in this.
Hold it!
Refresher. Oh, wait. Okay, no, I already... Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? I remember this segment. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account. Huh. I spent a lot of time on it. This is a bit weird. The problem is, well, it's not a problem per se, but there's so many mysteries to work with, it's hard to identify any individual one. Like, for example, I feel like Larry would have been keeping an eye out for it. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. Oh, okay, let me go one by one. Why was that? Okay. At 11, I decided to leave the temple. Okay, that part's fine.
Hold it!
You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime. Then...
Hold it!
There was a snowmobile. That's it. That's the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls. Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived? Okay. I'm not sure if this is really relevant. What should I do? Whatever, press further. I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question. Was it so warm at that time? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, eh? What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth? I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was so warm, then it means it was recently used. Ah, I see. I never thought of that. That's right. I overlooked that too. Of course you did. Then answer the question, please, witness. I don't often go around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it. Snow? Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow. I think that means it was hot. There wasn't any snow on it? Curses. It seems highly likely that the killer did use the snowmobile then, eh? How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile? Okay. Where's Godot? Godot... I think Godot just didn't show up here. I think right now the running theory is because Phoenix Wright isn't here, he doesn't give a shit about the case. Okay, so we know for a fact the snowmobile was used.
Hold it!
In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking. Ah, there's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain? He's missing. I think that's why the question was asked in the first place. It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I'd fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch, just like that. Crunch. Crunch. I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it. Okay.
Hold it!
Refresh your memory. Okay.
Hold it!
I thought Gumshoe said that he will be prosecutor. No, Gumshoe... Well, yeah, no. Godot was supposed to be the prosecutor, but they said he just disappeared. People think, the theory right now, Gumshoe thinks, is that because Phoenix Wright isn't representing the case, Godot just lost interest and chose not to show up. Which is why I think, because right now, Edgeworth is going to be here for 2 days. I think on the 3rd day, we're going to have Phoenix Wright show up, and then Godot is going to show up as well. And they're going to have their final clash. That's my guess right now. Oh? Why? Okay. So that's the last one. It's just a question of why. I mean, I could present the map, maybe. I don't know, this is really hard. Wait, but there's footsteps. Why?
Objection!
I admit this photograph proves something. Oh, it proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those from heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back. Ah, you're right. You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it? I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow. It wasn't snowing anymore. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? Yes. Yeah, well, it wasn't snowing anymore. There is a contradiction. The tracks to the river were covered by snow? What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain? Why, there is a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction. No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow. Or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. Here you go, Your Honor. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It is the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but it stopped at around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Ah! Order. Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Wow! It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this, then. When is a weather report ever correct? Ah, no, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast, this is actual data. Yeah, forecast data, all forecast data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true, we cannot be totally sure, eh? What do you mean? Do you have a counter evidence? What? How did she pull that off? Come on, that's ridiculous. The defense always has to provide evidence, and we provide exact data saying this is the weather, and the prosecution is like, nah, but that could be wrong though. Like, what do you mean? It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. I've come this far, there's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Ha! You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh boy. Where is your evidence that it had already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? I think that's it. Her body isn't covered in snow. Yeah, that would be it.
Take that!
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard where the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I am referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Dunham. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why. Gah. In other words, if the killer really did go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks. Ah! Order. Just what are you... just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used a snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by snow. Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remain. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There is only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder, which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge. So, she must have left it on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. That sounds right. But what's odd is when I... Yeah, that is just straight up not an English sentence. But what's odd is... Oh wait, never mind, I'm stupid. When I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple... Don't mind me, chat. I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge. You must have failed to see it, sister. Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple... It was there, by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. But that isn't possible. Order in the court. What does this all mean? So then, what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that were the case, there would be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. I think we've learned all we can from this witness. Yep, it's time for Larry. Yes, I've nothing more to add. Oh boy. I've told you everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor? Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. Really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are 2 things about him that do come in mind, which are, first, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder, and the second being, this individual that I am thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this idiot you're talking about? A boot.
Take that!
This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc Deluxe Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. This is Larry Butts, a discipline of the victim, Elise Dunham. Her student? Interesting. Why was he wandering a boot outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell them all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness, before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him, although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man? What exactly was it he saw? I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom. Summon this youth as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he is in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well. Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court is now in recess. Okay. I want to finish at least this part of the trial. Oh boy. Is this gonna be a whole nother hour worth of trialing? Because I was thinking my plan would be finish day one, finish the day one investigation and day one trial, and then follow up in the next stream with the middle half, and then the third stream for the third act. Does that make sense? I imagine then that we have some stuff, hopefully. Let's see. Let's see here. You know what? I think we'll be fine. Let's do it. Yeah. February 9th, 11:15 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night. You really didn't go to the Inner Temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well. The second thing then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall in which she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night, were you the one who used the snowmobile? There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, no. Oh, no. Iris. I can't tell you about that yet. Yet? Not until her safety is confirmed. Her? The safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eyes and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Dunham? I'm gonna keep on saying her name differently. No matter who or what may come, I can never take a life. As I thought, no psycholocks. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. February 9, 11:36 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 7. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, Where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something, very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. I can only presume that his intentions were to capture you. Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Maurice Dumux. Let me just scroll up so I don't keep on mixing this up. Dunim. Got it. Maurice Dunim. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. Ouch! Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just artistically rendering. Ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist, training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store, now is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields. I presume he wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial, at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or, to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ow, ouch. Ow, 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 ouch, ouch, ouch! Ouch, ouch. Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. This is too much for me. I was at that lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now, aren't I, Edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I am just a nobody, nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation, or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right, I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. Okay. Okay, I was at the lodge on the mountain looking up the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times. Okay. I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either.
Hold it!
You didn't meet anyone? That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm here to just buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces now! It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. He talked to Phoenix, didn't he? Yeah. No, Phoenix. Wait, no. Yeah, in the cutscene. Like, when Phoenix fell off the bridge, or whatever, he was there. You piece of shit.
Objection!
Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. You're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me, in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But, what do you want me to do, then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night. Testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure if this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? Okay. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been around 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. Oh wow. He has oranges. Sodas. I looked out the window, and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It was totally burnt out, like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Aw, she maybe does care. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. I went to the shack and
Hold it!
This light was, of course, lightning. Like kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Or a little like that. That's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so...
Hold it!
Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well, from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge? Oh, I believe so. Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know. I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, witness.
Hold it!
You said right away? But exactly how long after the strike was it? The lightning fell, and then the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is this small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on, well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk? And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfire kids made during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more info? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. A reason. My reason? It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time to, okay? I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less. Hold on.
Hold it!
Let me go back to that. So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge? Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out there. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning. In which case, please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning? Okay, reasoning, is it? I thought I'd never get to see... Oh, it changed. I thought I'd never get another chance to see something so big burning. So before it was like, Hold on.
Hold it!
Okay, because I'm looking for something here. What was the other one?
Hold it!
You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright? Yeah! I thought I'd better tell someone about this, but then Nick came up yelling about murder. I told him maybe forget about the bridge. Fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling the whole truth. It should have still been on fire.
Objection!
Alright. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the? Hey, Edgy! You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred at the Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there, in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at the Dusky Bridge at that time. Ah, excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Larice. Ah! It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11, in which case it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing here, Miss Franziska von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. Oh my god. Ugh. Slap myself in the face for that. I can't speak, and it is a annoying thing. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means, what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until the flames had died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. But Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? Ugh. I feel like I just got brutally woken up by a toilet splashback. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Hahaha, pinch me. I hate you. Order, order, order. Ah! So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness. Why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still standing there, staring into space. This witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason behind his actions. Oh my god. The problem is I'm looking away from the screen at some point, which is bad. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Everything. Yeah! Then say it! Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? I am Dunim. I am an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipping up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flame had gone out. Then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch, including the truth from the sounds of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. Ha ha ha. You'll regret this, Edgy. Let's immediately focus in on what he was doing. Drawing.
Hold it!
Sketching. The burning bridge. The burning bridge and everything that came with it. What? Came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is... enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant the sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. Well, we have to look at the sketch. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Well, even I couldn't have imagined it turned out like this. Imagined what? That Laurice Denum's debut would be... that Laurice Denum's... Oh my god. What is it? Dunim. Laurice Dunim's debut would take place here, today, like this. Ow, 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 ouch! Show it, now! Okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Laurice Dunim. Why is there a person on fire? Ah. Well. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. So, why is there a burning body? This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry. What? The burning bridge is fine. But, what is that unfortunate-looking figure? Ah, you spotted that? I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our futures, you know. What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Larry, please answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen a silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Are you high? The girl, she's really high up in this picture. Also, I hope I'm not blasting the mic, because I moved it closer to me so I could, like, lean back. Are you? Yeah, I'm in the yellow. Okay, good. This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let us get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what did you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me. Horrible sketch of what he saw on the night of the crime. Now, hurry up and cross-examine him. Oh, her white hood fluttering.
Objection!
Come on, again with the hood? Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that it's true. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been defendant Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ah. A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? What? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, you Nick! You dog! I do believe that this unbelievable mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded straight into the garbage. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Ah! What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get completely stupefy for you. Wait, I stupefy you? What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge, and I, Maurice Dunem, shall prove it. I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me. Edgeworth is so done with all of this. Proof that Iris flew. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal spear, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal spear that night. A crystal spear? This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers. That spear. Where did you find it? Let me see. Around here. Somewhere? Looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow? It had pretty much stopped snowing by then, but there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal spear. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward. There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood. What? Blood? Crystal sphere added to the court record. You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll better be— oh my god, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's going to push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Maurice Dinum only a few minutes ago? When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. Okay, yeah. Oh! Wait, no, where is it? We finally have a reason to present the photo. No, not that. Yeah, that one.
Objection!
Larry, that night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Who? Who was the stupid idiot? Miss Elise Dinum, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you could see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. But hey, that's my photograph. Give it back. Ow, ouch! A crystal spear like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brush. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. Ah, the crystal spear. It's gone. Whoa. What? Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal spear found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the spear was the victim, Miss Elise Dinum? A fool alongside another fool, on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that. I saw it with my own two eyes. And this crystal spear, this is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dinum was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Objection!
Miss Franziska von Karma, the only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal spear was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case?
Objection!
That crystal spear, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There was blood on the crystal spear, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. Which is the exact reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. What? You mean I'm the killer? No way! All joking aside, just when did this crystal spear appear next to the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise Denham left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Yes, I can. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. There was the footsteps. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You will do what? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should come as no surprise, because right now I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder.
Take that!
This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? Right! It was buried in snow, but the body wasn't, yeah. That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. But what? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ah. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? Order. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the sap's crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could that have been? This spear? There's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool and which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard.
Objection!
Huh. That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing! No, it isn't! You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from the body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
Objection!
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Ali Denham's body was found at Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. And I know exactly what to do to prove it. Now, the defense is ready. The court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried by Hazakura Temple. There we go. On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could have also been used to carry a body. Order. This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? Huh. You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim, Elise Sinum, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
Objection!
This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy. Thank you. That settles it, then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Grr! Grr! Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Francie whipping me all out. Ouch! Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. That was my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame. Francie! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all the legal systems as it stands. I demand satisfaction. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigation by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Well. My palms are sweaty, but we did it. And with that, we finish off the first day, and we move on to part 3, investigation. And that is where we will be resuming next time. I will say that this week is my university's finals exams, and next week I am going to be traveling. So the likelihood of me doing a Phoenix Wright stream then is very low. However, if possible, I might try to see if I can pre-record ahead of time me doing day 2 and have that air as a live stream during Sunday. But I will try to see what I can do. If it's a halfway done type thing, I don't know. I will see what I can do as well. My hope is that I can get something out on Sunday. So, I guess with that out of the way, I would like to thank everyone who stopped by to watch as well, on both the YouTube side and the Twitch side. I will be having this video within the next hour, kind of cleaned up a bit on the YouTube channel side, and it will be going up under the live tab publicly for the Stick Guy 101 channel. So, you know, if you want to check it out there, you can do that. And hopefully, you guys, if you stuck around for this long, you'll check out any of my other stuff that I'm doing. I think right now, I am hoping once I finish this game, my first priority will be making a tier list video of every single case in the game. I can tell you now that this is already one of my favorite from this game specifically. Though I imagine I'm still waiting to see what Phoenix Wright and Godot kind of do when they play into this. There's a lot of drama going on, and I look forward to seeing what more will happen. Anyways, aside from that, I will see you all again very soon. I hope you guys have a good day and or evening, and